What's up, adventurers? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all had a safe and fun holiday season that was neckbeard free. And if you did encounter any neckbeards, I hope that they were not super cringy. That being said, we are diving back into neckbeard stories today with a special twist. Bartholomew has pulled up for me a LegBeard story. Yes, neckbeards come in all shapes and sizes, and sometimes they are girl-shaped. So today we're diving into a story about a LegBeard who starts fetishizing our main protagonist. From Reddit user Drenger of Wolves. Sorry, but I am not your fetish. Hello everyone, Drenger here. I recently joined this sub, but I have seen these types of tales and stories on YouTube from people like RedX and Tim Tam Tom. Both of those are excellent creators, go check them out. This is my first time posting here, and I hope this story fits here. If it doesn't, could someone please point me to the correct place? Please know I am typing this out on my phone, so I apologize for any formatting or whatever. Well, I'm reading it from a phone, so... Just to let everyone know, this has happened to me a while back, and I originally didn't know just what a neckbeard or a LegBeard was. It is an obscure niche, Ganger, it is. After being told to look it up and see the stories on the internet, I realized that I had a story or two that maybe I could share. This tale of woe is actually a little more creepy now that I recall it. There will be a TLDR at the end, but just so everyone knows what they're going to be reading, a LegBeard sent me creepy messages and treated me like a fetish. For this story, I will be referring to the LegBeard as LB. Fair enough. Really quick, let's address some things about me. I'm a 6-foot-tall guy who happily embraces the goth subculture, who's a tall boy. I also have a deep love of various things considered nerdy or geeky, Dungeons & Dragons, anime, video games, etc. I do have some mental health issues, as do we all, OP, that I deal with on the daily. Also, I am a Norse pagan, specifically following Fenrir. Cool. It's specifically my Norse pagan beliefs and being a goth that led me to being, let's just say, objectified by the LegBeard. This story begins way back in college, the end of one of the winter semesters. During my college days, I was a huge introvert and still am. I focused on my studies and didn't party, as well as just stayed home because I didn't want to go out. Also, I just started losing common ground with my old high school friends. One of my friends I had gotten to know through my 3D modeling class had invited me to a small gathering of fellow nerds and geeks alike. Taking a chance, I decided to go and have a good time. These people set up games of all sorts for their gatherings. Various things like Smash, Pokemon, Mortal Kombat, hell, even Cards Against Humanity was there. That sounds like a lot of fun, OP. Can you send me an invite for the next one? The leader of this group was nice and welcoming to me at first. Unfortunately, he would start to show his true colors down the line. Oh, does he have a crush on the LegBeard who's crushing on you? Fast forward. A few months later, and the leader decided we should all go to a Comic-Con happening in the next city over. Sounds like a good time. While I had fun, there were some red flags with some of the members that I was starting to see. Some ranged from a simple red flag to downright crimson flags. Why I didn't get out then? Well, I wanted friends. And at the con, I had 2 cosplays planned, both of which hide a majority of my face. This made it so only people who knew me originally knew it was me. One was Logan Walker from Call of Duty Ghosts. I don't play Call of Duty, sorry bro. And the other was Altair from Assassin's Creed. Okay, Assassin's Creed's pretty fun. Black Flag is the best one because you get to be a pirate. I was self-conscious about how I looked even in my goth clothes from years of bullying in school and from my family. Wearing a mask or having a large hood covering my face helped a little at the large con. While LegBeard was at this con, she wasn't a part of the big group yet. She met the leader of the group while most people were off doing their own thing at the con. I figured that, yeah, any money that the leader of your little group has a crush on LegBeard and he's mad at you because she's crushing on you instead. I haven't read this. Let's find out together, guys. Let's find out. I, for one, was busy trying to not pass out because my Logan Walker cosplay had an actual Kevlar vest and lots of gear. Been to a con before? It gets really warm there with all the people. Yes, I've been to a con. I was Link, and I was sweating my ass off. Thankfully, there was a cosplay sanctuary in which cosplayers could take a breather and get water and or snacks. My friend was watching over me, thankfully, to make sure that I didn't pass out from heat exhaustion. Yeah, heat stroke is not fun. I have been there. After the con was done and we all went back home, I received a random friend request on Facebook from someone. That someone was LegBeard. I then got a random message from them saying I was cute. Keep in mind, my profile picture at the time was me wearing a mask. Unless LegBeard stalked my page to the deep recesses of high school pictures, I didn't really show my face. You know she did, though. That's not out of the realm of possibility. That's like the first thing they do. Questioning this random message and friend request, I told LegBeard that they didn't know me or what I looked like. Shortly after, LegBeard disappeared from Facebook after saying goodnight, and I thought nothing of it. No, think of it. Maybe block her. More time passes and LegBeard shows up to the group meetings and the leader introduces her. The leader also says we're having a ceremony in which we'll all be knighted by LegBeard. What? Apparently they met LegBeard when she was cosplaying Princess Zelda from The Legend of Zelda. We do not claim her. Zelda fans do not claim her. I thought it was weird and a little cringe, but whatever, it's absolutely cringe. We were all knighted, and I went back to playing Cards Against Humanity with some friends, laughing at the insanity that was our dark senses of humor respectively. I feel like Cards Against Humanity deliberately sets it up to be like dirty or dark jokes. Like, they want things to get controversial. That's why you don't play it with your family. You play it with your friends. A few days pass, and I get another friend request from LegBeard on a new profile. Dude, run. Like, make your profile private or something. This time, the conversation is a little more civil. No random compliment out of the blue. We talked about likes and dislikes, what games we were currently playing, and all that. Then, it got weird and creepy. Slowly, but still. Subtle flirting that I didn't reciprocate, that turned into blatant hitting on me shamelessly. LegBeard even went as far to ask me randomly, "If you were alone with me, what would you do?" I was not even sure how to answer. Seriously, how do you answer that question when you have given no signal of being interested? Insanely creeped out, I asked where that came from. LegBeard admitted to liking me and being in the mood. The feeling was not mutual. I changed the subject to the best of my abilities, but the flirting persisted as time went on. More days pass and I have been under increasing stress due to finals. It wasn't a simple paper to type up, but rather making various 3D models and backgrounds and a few animations. I was going for graphic design and animation. My fuse was a little shorter than normal because I'm sure at the time my blood was more coffee and Monster than actual blood. Yeah, I get that. That's me on a daily basis. LegBeard would message me randomly, usually complaining about various things like how it sucked being single, how she wanted to die because she had no man, how she couldn't do certain jobs due to her weight. I had enough and snapped after trying to give advice. She then called me an ass, but said I was like a beast and that beauty needed a beast. Insert creeped out shudder here, yeah. Also, calling yourself a beauty? That's a little vain and presumptuous. I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But I don't think this beholder found you very beautiful. I had had enough of this, and LegBeard couldn't take the hint that I was not interested. It was then that I did what I wasn't too proud of. I became an arse to get the point across. My parents would do this tactic to get others to piss off. If you were an arse, no one would want to be around you, right? Seemed like a good deterrent to me at the time. Was I mean? Yes. Do I feel bad? Yeah, I kinda do. However, I also felt pushed to that limit. Not an excuse, but still. I got colder and more distant when talking, being a smartass and sarcastic. I would be short in my responses and a little rude. While this helped a little, it was not a cure at all. I don't know, sometimes girls like it when you're mean to them. I'm not saying be mean to girls. Don't do that. Most girls don't actually like that. But you know, the female mind is a mysterious thing. The final interaction I had with LegBeard was shortly after a friend told me some shocking news. Apparently, the leader of the group gave LegBeard free pickings of any guy in the group because she was so lonely. That's not how that works. You're not fucking apples in an orchard, you're people. And the leader of your group doesn't have any say in who she is allowed to date. That's not how that works. You're the only person who's allowed to give permission for someone to date you. And you clearly have told this person to get bent and go away. God, that's some narcissistic behavior right there. Also, who calls themselves the leader of a group? If you're just a friend group, there is no leader. You're just friends. Supposedly, the leader said any of us would get with her because we were desperate. Newsflash, not all of us were. Dude, that's presumptuous as shit. Maybe he was hoping that LegBeard would pick him, but she picked you instead. Also, kind of a shitty thing to say about your friends. Oh yeah, all my friends are desperate losers who would fuck anybody. Nah. Even people who are desperate probably won't fuck anybody. Anyway, what surprised me more was that LegBeard continued her advances on me and maybe a few others, but a majority was focused on me. Obviously, I was not the only guy in this group. However, I was the only goth guy in this group. I stood out with my height and choice of attire. Yeah, tall boys get attention. As one of my friends so lovingly joked, I was a dark oasis to a very thirsty traveler. Yeah, she sounds thirsty. The problem is she only drinks Mountain Dew, and not Diet Mountain Dew, like full sugar Mountain Dew. Which is not hydrating, by the way. It's got caffeine and a lot of sugar. Drink water. Drink lots of water. Do some push-ups. LegBeard messaged me one last time and said how horny she was and how badly she needed to fix it. Go rub one out. Leave me out of it. I said that wasn't my jurisdiction and that perhaps she should invest in something else to help her. She confessed that she wanted a dark Prince Charming to fix her problem. I stated that I am no Prince Charming and will not do that. She went on about how she loved goths and how we loved the really dark stuff. Foolish me assumed the actual goth likes, music, macabre things, etc. Nope. She said she wanted to be choked, tied up, and a lot of other not safe for work things. She said goths were extremely kinky and that she needed that. Not all goths. It's an aesthetic. It's not a sexual preference. Like, sure, goths like dark things, but maybe in the bedroom they're the most vanilla person in the world. You don't know. It's very presumptuous to assume that. I said that was not what goth was, and that goths were not something to be used as a fetish. That it was a horrible stereotype that people put on them due to misrepresentation. She also assumed goths worship Satan. No, that was when I informed LegBeard that I was a Norse pagan. Hail Odin Allfather. Oh yeah, you like Fenrir. Fenrir's pretty cool too, though. Big mistake on my part, because she made a horrible innuendo about that. She said that I was a Viking and that I could raid her village all night long, and that I should convert her to my sexy heathen ways.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the
Fuck off. Never before had I been so disgusted. After that horrible message, I did what I could. I called my lovely girlfriend to send a clear message to LegBeard, and I blocked LegBeard. Good. Also, let it be known that LegBeard did not care that I was not interested. She thought I was playing hard to get. For those that wonder why I didn't say I was in a relationship, I honestly think she wouldn't care. No, she wouldn't. She would just try and steal you. That's the end of the story. Let me know if you want to hear more experiences that I have with these individuals. I do. I will look up your username and see if I can find more. TLDR, LegBeard is let loose on a group of nerds and geeks, decides goth is on the menu and pesters me with lots of flirting and innuendos, admits that I'm a fetish and I have to block them. Yeah, that's gross. Like, fetishizing anyone for any reason is not okay. Like, if you like the aesthetic, that's one thing, but trying to get with someone just because they're that aesthetic is weird. Like, but leg beards and neck beards don't have boundaries. They don't know that sort of shit is wrong. So if you're looking at someone and you only want to be with them because of an aesthetic thing, to like put a notch on your belt, be like, oh yeah, I've sampled that flavor, don't do that. That's fucking gross. Get to know them as a person. Get to know if you actually enjoy spending time with them. Like, especially if you want to be in a relationship with them. If you're looking for a one-night stand, I'm not saying that's okay, but like, it's different. But if you're looking to develop a real relationship with someone, attraction is important. It's like the first step. It's the thing that opens the door. But you have to appreciate them as a person and not just because they wear white makeup and black clothes. Like, that's not a personality. That's just an aesthetic choice. So don't fetishize people. Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
It's weird and it's gross. Yeah, I'm sorry you had to put up with that, OP. Like, it's not okay to have anyone fetishizing you. It kind of sucks. I have gotten that sometimes in my line of work, because I work at a famous dinner theater restaurant in the States and Canada, and people see us on the horses and in our armor, and they think that that's an excuse to fetishize us. And when we go up and do autographs at the end of the show, they will just touch on us, and you can't really say anything about it because you want to keep the guests happy. So it is uncomfortable to be fetishized, and I get that, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that. But I'm glad they left you alone after blocking you and they didn't start stalking you, because that's a real threat as well. With leg beards and neck beards, they can often not take no as an answer. So I'm glad that you were able to escape that. If you're on the other side of the coin and you are fetishizing someone, they say no, no means no, man. Just leave it alone. Don't start creating fake accounts to follow them and continue to pester them, because that literally has the opposite effect of what you want. Like, if someone says no, it's no, and that's okay. You will find someone, all right? And don't drink Mountain Dew as a source of hydration. If we take any lesson away from today, it's that pop is not hydrating. Drink water and do some push-ups. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this story, enjoyed cringing at it at least. I'm happy to announce that I've joined up with a group of local Toronto creators. We call ourselves the Thunder Nerds, and we're just going to be collaborating and trying to bring you guys some entertaining content. So subscribe to Dr. T's show. He does a lot of movie reviews. I'll be doing Anaconda review with him in a day or two, and not sure when that's going to drop. His editing schedule is very different than mine. I'm hoping to get this one dropped on January 6th, which is my birthday. If you guys like leg beard and neck beard stories or RPG horror stories, then drop a like and subscribe. Maybe let me know in the comments what you guys want to hear about. I've also set up an email account for you guys to send me submissions if you have any stories that you want me to tell. So just send those over to greennighttales@gmail.com. That's greennighttales, all one word, @gmail.com. And if I like your story, I'll give it a read and share your stories with the world, because I like telling stories and I like raising neck beard and leg beard awareness. All right, I think that's going to do it for me and Bartholomew tonight. Don't forget to drink lots of water, do a few push-ups. Stay safe till next time.